I know why you're here. You're here to learn the secret to beating the tacky yet powerful weapon that's been dominating the Splatoon circuit. A weapon so powerful that not even Nintendo can figure out how to stop it. The Kensa 52 Gal. You want to know why the Kensa 52 is so strong, and how to defeat the weapon should you encounter it in an ink battle. Very well. Step into my lair, and we shall begin the lesson. A wise man once said that if you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles. So let's start with the first part of that statement. What makes the Kensa 52 Gal so powerful? The Kensa 52 has been kicking around Splatoon 2 for 3 years now, but it's gotten a steady stream of buffs ever since it was introduced, and the last few finally pushed it past its competition and turned it into an unstoppable, ever-present force. What makes it so powerful is its incredible combination of offense and defense, making it darn near impossible to move once it stakes out a position. Let's start with the weapon's slaying power. Each shot from the 52 Gal has a base damage of, well, 52, making the weapon a 2-shot kill and thus one of the most effective slaying weapons in the game. Of course, the Tri-Slosher does 10 more damage per shot and doesn't suffer from issues with fall-off damage. So why is the 52 preferred over the green bucket? It's because the 52's superior range and efficiency gives you more opportunities for taking down opponents. The 52 has a slight range advantage over the Tri-Slosher and is far more efficient per shot. A full-length tank will give you 76 shots with the 52 Gal, but only 16 with a Tri-Slosher. The Tri-Slosher may be easier to aim, but the 52 lets you take more shots from further away. This also means you've got more shots available to chip in with painting and map control to help your team. Of course, extra range and awesome power don't help a whole lot if your shots don't go where you tell them to. The 52 Gal's biggest weakness is its horrible accuracy, as it quickly goes from a 2% to a 25% chance of being off target as you continue shooting. Even worse, this chance jumps to 40% the moment you jump while firing. However, this weakness is partially mitigated by the main power-up gear perk, which can increase your accuracy on the ground by up to 25% and in the air by up to 50%. Naturally, if you look at the 52 builds of competitive players, most of them count at least 2 subslots of MPU among their gear in order to counter the weapon's biggest disadvantage. All of this helps explain why the 52 is so popular as a main weapon, but there are 3 variants of the weapon in Splatoon 2, the Vanilla, Deco, and Kensa variants. So why is the Kensa 52 Gal everywhere, while the Vanilla and Deco variants seem to be nowhere? The issue is while the weapon provides the offense, the Kensa kit provides the defense. The Kensa 52's splash wall puts an impenetrable barrier between the 52 and the opposition for up to 7 seconds, and while you can attack the wall to shorten its lifetime, the 52's 2-shot power means that if your weapon can't shoot through the wall fast enough, it's essentially impossible to challenge the 52 when the wall is deployed. The Kensa 52's Booyah Bomb is a classic crowd control attack that can be deployed at nearly any range and presents anyone within a fair radius of its landing point with a simple choice: move or die. This special gives the Kensa 52 an option for dealing with nearly any weapon, as it can be tossed at a far-off sniping point to dislodge a pesky backline weapon, or it can simply be thrown at the user's feet to push back a pesky sploosh or splatter shot. The user also gains a significant shield that absorbs damage as they float in the air while charging their bomb, making it tough to take down the user even when they're supposedly vulnerable. Using the special also refills the user's ink tank, which means a Kensa 52 can immediately throw another splash wall the moment they hit the ground. With this kit, the Kensa 52 Gal is able to take and hold whatever ground they please without fear, using its offensive power to punish anyone who dares test them. Neither of the other 52 kits can match its ability to move from unstoppable force to a movable object in an instant. So, what can we do about all this? Well, to take on a Kensa 52 Gal, we have to adopt the same mindset of an NFL defense taking on Tom Brady. we have to find a way to move them off their spot in the pocket, or in this case from behind the splash wall, without getting torched by all their weapons. Easier said than done, right? So how do we do it? We can start by applying a classic mantra: a weapon can't kill what it can't reach. There are plenty of weapons, from the Tetradulis to the E-Liter 4K, that outrange the 52, allowing you to safely challenge it without fear of getting splatted, or at the very least, forcing the 52 to use its Booyah Bomb to go after you. Of course, pinning down a 52 and forcing them to sit behind a splash wall all day may not be enough. We may need to dislodge them from a key area and push them back. The most direct way to a Kensa 52 is through their splash wall, and the Object Shredder Gear perk will help you take it down faster through its 125% damage multiplier. The perk also grants a small damage bonus against the Booyah Bomb's armor as well. If we combine this with superior range, we can keep the Kensa 52 from feeling too comfortable in any location. Another possibility is to force a move or die decision onto the Kensa 52 from a safe distance by launching our sub-weapon over and behind the splash wall. Bombs of any sort can be used for this purpose, but auto bombs protect against the possibility of an errant throw by hunting down their target before exploding, so these are your best choice for the task if you're unsure about your aim. Torpedoes feature the same auto-targeting functionality, but they lack one-hit kill power and can be shot down before impact. Still, they can be a potential option to distract an opponent and convince them to move. So what other sub-weapons might come in handy? How about the weakest sub-weapon in the game? Believe it or not, Toxic Mist is actually useful against a wall-hiding Kensa 52. Toxic Mist reduces the movement speed and drains the ink tank of anyone within its radius, and its radius is surprisingly large, so even if you smash it against the splash wall, the effect will extend beyond and behind it and force the 52 user to move back. The 52 may have the ink efficiency to sit in the mist for a little while, but since a splash wall requires 60% of their ink tank to use, staying in the mist means they won't have another wall handy when their current one fails. Now let's talk about special weapons. The best and most popular counter to the Kensa 52 gal are Tenta missiles, which are so effective that a ton of weapons with the special are seeing a fair bit of use in the current meta. Tenta missiles can deal with the entire Kensa 52 kit. They can be launched from anywhere on the map, they travel over the splash wall to strike targets behind it, they have enough power to take down anyone who doesn't move to avoid them, and they can even take down an armored Booyah Bomb user if they hesitate in the face of a missile strike. If you're looking for a foolproof way to go after a Kensa 52, Tenta missiles are a great choice. You can also try to beat the 52 at their own game by using a Booyah Bomb. The initial bomb throw can be blocked by a splash wall, but the resulting explosion will go right through it, forcing the 52 to at least temporarily abandon its position. Ink storms can also be useful in this situation. As it can be set off from a safe distance, it completely ignores the splash wall as it passes overhead, and it will knock out any opponents that dare to sit in the storm for too long. You won't get many KOs using this special, but you will get people moving. Stingrays have similar properties. They have infinite range, they laugh at walls of any sort, and they'll eventually kill someone if you hit them enough times. Using one against the Kensa 52 will also force it to abandon its position, but it's trickier to use because it can be hard to track opponents when firing the ray. Finally, we can take the brute force approach and use an Ultra Stamp to smash our way through a splash wall. While the 52 has the mobility to flank the hammer and attack the user directly, the weapon can still serve as an opening salvo, breaking through the line and allowing teammates to follow up on your advance. What all this means is that through careful planning and the right choice of tools, we can give ourselves several options for approaching, moving, and taking down a Kensa 52 gal. Now, let's consider the Know Thyself portion of Sun Tzu's quote. Any weapon that provides one or two of the options we discussed earlier can be effective against the Kensa 52, but there are a couple of choices that give you the most tools and thus the best chance for success. Number 1, the Jet Squelcher. This weapon might be the perfect counter to the Kensa 52 gal. It outranges the main weapon by a wide margin, it can apply pressure over the top with its Tenta missiles, which they absolutely farm at 180 points, and even Toxic Mist provides some utility by helping to push the Kensa 52 away from its wall. This weapon also complements the Kensa 52 gal as a teammate, so it's an excellent choice when you're stuck with one or more Kensa 52s in a turf war or ranked solo queue lobby. Number 2, the NZAP 89. So, you're not confident in your aim at long distances? The orange zapper might be right up your alley. You've still got auto bombs to force opponents to move, you've still got Tentamissiles at a reasonable 190 points to charge, and the NZAP is only slightly underranged when taking on the 52 head-to-head. This is my go-to weapon for missile spam in ranked battles, and the 52 has to account for its entire kit. Number 3. The Kensa Splattershot Pro. Once upon a time, the Kensa Pro was the weapon dominating the meta and drawing all the complaints. And in a head-to-head matchup, it still presents a challenge for its 52 counterpart. It's got splat bombs for poking, it's got longer range and better accuracy, and it can match the 52 Booyah Bomb for Booyah Bomb. Although at 210 points, and with mediocre paint output, you won't have your bomb quite as often. It may not be the weapon du jour, but it can still get the job done. Number 4. The Custom Dually Squelchers. Now, the vanilla Dually Squelchers have Tentamissiles and aren't a terrible pick themselves, but the CDS features good range, a workable bomb, and a special in Inkstorm that can still provide pressure on a dug-in 52, even if it's not on the level of missiles. Number 5. The Sloshing Machine. Talk about a pick out of left field, right? The vanilla Sloshing Machine is kind of an awkward kit on balance because it pairs a frontline weapon with a backline special. However, all the pieces are there. It has a useful sub in the Auto Bomb, a workable special in Stingray, and a weapon that not only outranges the 52 Gal, but features the sloshing mechanic that can go over a wall and still land hits on the other side. If you can find the room to use your special, this one has some 52 countering potential. To conclude, the Kensa 52 Gal is a powerful weapon that has earned its prominent place in the current Splatoon 2 meta. But it's not invincible, and there are weapons with the ability to counter and mitigate the impact of the polka-dotted menace. With the right tools and the right game plan, you have a chance to defy the meta, fight through the Kensa 52 Gal, and earn a well-deserved victory. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you again in a future video. So long!
Nope.
Really?
Nope.
Ugh.
Nope.
Come on.
Nope.
God dang it.